Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Zunbil Shaddam. In the last episode we managed to finish our war against the Karkota Revolt to take this county in here, though unfortunately we didn't get the one holding that we really wanted, which is our holy site in here. We'll be able to take that in a future war though. We are 69% in our favour on this war and about to finish another siege, and of course the ticking war score is going ever more in our favour, so it shouldn't take too much longer to win this. Up to 75% with that whole thing sieged. I guess we'll just go up here. The revolt is winning, so actually I think we can probably prolong this war, the revolt war, a little bit by sieging this back from the revolt. Not that that really matters at this point. That's fine though. Ooh, and we now have dangerous factions. This one is quite dangerous. Okay, so we may have to spend some money on this. Most of these people, I think, are primarily annoyed about their levies being raised, which, to be fair, they have been for a long time. This guy, I'm afraid we did piss off by slandering him. Yeah, it would be probably a pretty good idea to stay at peace for a while. And in fact, maybe we do want to change our focus to family. That way we'll retain the health bonus, which, to reiterate from the last episode, is important because we want to make sure we live long enough to change the succession laws. Basically just live to the end of this war. But this will give us an extra diplomacy bonus, which will help out a little bit with our vassal opinions. So let's do that. We could also try to righteously imprison a count and then release them, which might be a decent idea. I guess we'll choose this guy since he is going to be annoyed no matter what. It doesn't really matter if we annoy him by arresting him. We'll send our marshal to suppress revolts down there and increase arrest chance, which should give us much more likely chance to imprison him. Then we'll just release from prison, which will give us a +10 opinion bonus with all of our other vassals, I believe. Released prisoner +10, okay. This guy is relatively positive now, so yeah, we still have no honorary titles. I don't really want to spend a bunch of gold on bribing all these people. I think we should have Venerable Elder titles for people that are over 50. So that will help. Most of these people are younger though. 24 gold is acceptable. I'll part with that. Should end this faction though, that's not the dangerous one. These people are a little more expensive. We'll see if anything happens with this. Okay, somebody left. That's good. Two people left. Definitely less dangerous now. Okay. I've been spending some more time with my wife lately, and though of course we did not marry for love, I can tell it is growing between us. Ah, marital bliss. I have learned to take pride in my actions and in my great family. I have lost the humble trait. Okay. That may affect the opinions of some of our vassals, either positively or negatively. We inherited a county, apparently. Or, no, our domain size just went down because our wife died. Okay. Well, let's get married again, preferably for stewardship bonus, though. Actually, I would rather not have another child since we are planning to switch to ultimogeniture. So if we can find somebody who is chaste, that would be nice. Or just somebody too old for children. Neither of which it seems is going to be the case. Well, let's just marry you. You at least have a slight fertility penalty. Being a mastermind theologian. And if we do have another child, I guess we'll just deal with it. It'll get us back up to our previous domain size. So hopefully only 1 or 2 more holdings here will be necessary to win this war. The Chief of Kerman has given me bizarre and repulsive evidence concerning this chieftess's sexual preferences. How should I use this juicy information? I don't think she's in any factions. Irwin. No, okay. So we'll just keep it to ourselves, and these factions are becoming more problematic. We'll maybe have to actually start handing out those gifts that I really don't want to hand out. Okay, we'll do this one. You really shouldn't be in this faction at 83, come on now. Yeah, we'll give him 37 gold, that's not too bad. Might not actually get him out of the faction though. Okay. A little more manageable. This war will end quite soon and we'll be able to disband their troops. I would be quite happy for my character to die basically as soon as we do change our succession laws, since that will wipe out this raised levies penalty that we have. So our successor, of course, might have his own problems. An elephant has gone crazy and is running amok in the town outside the castle. It has already killed several people. What shall we do? Let's try to capture it. A couple of veteran elephant handlers managed to snare and capture the elephant. It has been brought safely to the pens. So that gives us lower revolt risk in our capital. Probably not actually much benefit to us there. And in fact, I think what we'll do is just stop sieging things here and go and disband our troops immediately. The ticking war score should get us to 100% before he can take any holdings back. Or at least take back the war goal, which is what is giving us the ticking war score. And hopefully now that our opinion penalties here will be ticking in the positive direction, we should stop having such terrible faction problems. Oh great, my wife is pregnant, so didn't waste any time there. Hopefully we'll have a daughter. We might lose one of our sieges in here, which will make this war take a little longer, but not really a huge problem. In fact, I think we're going to get to 100% before that happens. We've been sent a preacher from Chadwa Kingdom, or Choda, excuse me. So we'll throw them in the dungeons and immediately ransom them. Ransom this person as well. Nobody else can be ransomed though. And there is 100%. We'll force our demands, take our county. Give away the city and find somebody to give the county to. Men who are not in prison, they can be married, but not already a ruler. And they, of course, must be of my religion and culture. And not a great house. And we'll appoint this guy. The Arg of Sagin, I think that's somewhere else. Okay, so we are actually getting kind of close to our vassal limit again, which means we may have to create some duchy titles at some point. I think we have a little while before that's going to be necessary. So let's go ahead and change to ultimogeniture. Fortunately, we are going to have to raise crown authority, it looks like, to do it. Don't have the law autonomous vassals. Okay. We're also going to have no vassals counter above with a negative opinion of us. Well, raising this is really going to annoy all of our vassals if they're not already annoyed enough. So we may not actually be able to change this crown law. We do have 2 vassals counter or above with negative opinions, but these are going to tick down as their levy reinforcements penalty, or levies raised penalty lowers, except this guy does not have that penalty and just dislikes me because he's a jerk. So maybe we'll see if we can give him any money. Right, we'll do that. The other guy will eventually be positive. I've noticed that Assad and this guy, whose name I won't attempt to pronounce, are not on the best of terms, a situation I hope to remedy. Family first. I'm sure they like each other better now. So, I will try to change this crown law. I'm not sure if we should do it immediately, though. Kind of concerned about the vassal opinion, and would like to give it a little while to improve. I think we still have our Chancellor improving opinions with this guy, which is good since he's in the faction. We'll get our Marshal back to train troops in our capital. I am concerned, though, that we might die at any moment and not be able to change succession laws at all. For that reason, we had a daughter, and in fact our wife died in childbirth, or after a period of illness at the same time. I guess, not in childbirth. It was just a coincidence. So I suppose we should get married again. We'll just choose this person. Lose a bit more prestige, which won't be a big deal. Sent another Reacher, which is totally fine. We will just ransom them. Ooh, not release. We've fulfilled our ambition to amass wealth, which is nice. I think as soon as this guy drops out of his faction, we'll change the crown laws. Should be really at any moment. Certainly if our Chancellor would do his job and improve opinions. Oh, he's actually... No, it's this guy, okay. Though I actually don't think that we're too likely to see any factions firing anyway, since our personal domain levy is pretty large compared to our vassals. It pains you to say there's a traitor in the realm. This rotten egg is plotting your downfall. I enclose damning evidence with this letter. So this is our spy master telling us that the chief of Kohistan is a traitor. So actually we could just imprison this guy and he'll be out of his faction that way. It's kind of a shame since the opinion is broadly positive. I guess we'll do that though. Okay. Now let's go up to low crown authority. See what kind of faction problems this causes. And in fact we don't have any vassals with a negative opinion right now apparently, so we can immediately go ahead and change to ultimogeniture. Which now means of course we have prestige penalties from unlanded sons and a lower domain limit. We'll go ahead and give away whichever county it was over here that we held on to, this one. We'll just find an appropriate character over here. Ooh, a genius. I guess we'll probably not actually give it to him. He's ambitious. He's probably not going to like me. We'll give it to this guy instead. Oh, and seems that the Abbasids have decided they want to try to go to war with me again. At least this time we're not in any other wars which are distracting us. This time it's over the Emirate of Sistan, of which they hold all but one county. It's a holy war or de jure war? It's a holy war. Okay. Well, alright then. They have only about 8,000 troops, which is amazing to me because that is actually fewer troops than I have. They'll probably be able to get some allies on their side, though. Maybe we could try to cause some instability over here if it was possible to assassinate him. Might be possible. Certainly couldn't hurt. We definitely won't be converting to our attacker's religion, though. Alright, I think we'll just go ahead and raise all of our troops. The nice thing about this is it's definitely going to solve our faction problems for the near future, since we'll be getting plus 75 with all of our vassals. Defending versus infidels, so should see these go away. Bad news though is we're going to have to drive up these vassal levy raised penalties, though actually they might not get these in a defensive war now that I think about it. We might be able to raise all of our troops without penalty. Let's not have you go through the Abbasid lands there. Actually maybe go through there. Probably fine. Have you all go over here as well. So given that they only have 8,000 troops, I don't think we'll have a problem in this war. Well, they're up to 9,000, but still not especially scary. And in fact, if ever there was a time we could press them to 100% and extract a large chunk of cash out of them, this is probably it. 600 gold would be very welcome. Let's check on that plot, by the way. Let's see, we got 40%. Not going to be able to get to 100. We'll just leave it there, though. Ooh, and do have a small Abbasid army engaging us over here. They've attacked us in the mountains, though. We might be able to win this. We'll send reinforcements anyway. And my wife is pregnant, of course. We'll probably end up having a son. End up with 16 years of regency. We did actually win that battle. The Abbasid army is retreating over to here. We'll probably just let them go, actually. I imagine they're too small to actually siege anything at this point. Might see some troops up here, which we should perhaps keep an eye out for. And yes, these opinion penalties are still continuing to decrease, which is good. You can go in the dungeons and we'll ransom you. Oh, not him. He's the guy we need to keep in prison. Or do we even need to keep him in prison still? We can probably release him. Or where are you? No, he's gonna be pretty annoyed if we take away the Defending versus Infidels bonus. Though honestly, we'll probably be dead before this war ends. I think we're just gonna keep him in prison though. Let's play it safe and not risk any more factions than we have to. Okay, so we have our whole army together. I think we'll probably just fight any Abbasid armies that we see. Hopefully be able to keep them from merging together a large enough army to actually fight us effectively. If that's even going to be possible. Seems like they are retreating. I have to assume that they're probably going to go for their war goal. Oh, you improved the chief's opinion. Great. He's a big fan of his jail cell now. It's good. Well, I guess if there's no sign of any army for us to fight yet, we may as well send our army into Abbasid lands and start sieging them. Oh, and we had another daughter, which is great. So we still have our youngest son lined up as our eventual character, which should be just fine. But we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to continue fighting this war in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.